Okay, yeah. Kill chat at the dinner table with my family.
Yeah, I've had myself a pretty good week so far.
Okay. Logging, which byte? Oh, well, you are technically.
What?
Oh, I'm
Okay.
giving you proper permissions.
Oh.
Because you just joined the server, buddy.
Veggie's one of my people.
Yes.
Hello.
This is a couple members from our sister guild. And since they are a sister guild, they are of course invited to the guild meeting. They're just on a different instance than us, but
All right.
Can I ask a question?
yes,
From what I understand, you can build on each other's nodes, right? As long as you're added.
yes, that is correct.
Mhm.
Oh, that's so cool. That is so cool.
Well, as we're waiting,
Check
I'm
my
just going
water real quick.
to show off the building for this video. Well, yeah, I hope everyone's doing okay. Basically, my approach is kind of to give a little bit of a speech. I don't mean to. And, oh, hey, Sarge. Yeah, so give a little bit of a, like, just the basic, you know, what I want to do with the guild. Here's been my expectations. Here's what I want to go. And then, yeah, and then maybe answer your guys' questions, concerns, if you guys have any suggestions, or ideas, hopes, dreams, that I can fulfill, or just problems. I would like to do that. Also, I have some strategies and preventions to keep certain things that have happened from happening again. Even though I have talked to people from other servers and other people that are playing this game, friends that are playing this game, that joined after launch and couldn't join this guild. So they joined with other friends, and they had similar problems, a lot of them, with people mismanagement, people stealing resources, people not knowing things. And so it seems like that's...
Who's this?
Hey, come.
Yeah. Oh, never mind. Sorry.
Oh,
You're fine.
okay.
Did somebody just appear beside me?
Okay. But, yeah. Trying to keep... As you know, I am also recording this for people that couldn't make this. Just a fair warning. I know how some people are like that. But I just want to make sure that everyone knows, and I don't have to explain 1,000 times. Though I guess there's only a little 20-ish people in the current guild, plus 5 or 7 in yours, Eric.
4 because I'm waiting for another 2 to get home from their long bloody work.
Okay. And then John's guild has 7. So John's was the one with 7. But I don't think they're going to make it today, because John can't access his computer. And... yes. Okay, yeah, it's been about 5 minutes. I think most everyone that's going to try to join is going to be here. Let me get my notes, I guess. You know what, screw it. I can't find all half of my notes. I'll just give you my raw, unfiltered, very badly worded opinion, and I'm sorry in advance. Or very...
We'll make it up. We'll make it up as we go.
yes. Who's this? Oh, I keep getting messaged in Discord. Somebody. Oh no. Let me mute my Discord. Not disturb. There we go. So. I know there's a couple of new people, so I kind of want to explain the situation while we're having the guild meeting. Particularly this guild meeting. Even though I would like to have a monthly meeting of, you know, plans, goals, expectations, just kind of that type of stuff. I hope you guys find these interesting. If not, I might end up making an email note and just putting a forum somewhere for questions. I don't know. Sometimes these work. I remember in Mobinagi they were successful, but for Tribal Wars it wasn't. So it really depends on the group. Guilds. The important thing about guilds, and I've been preaching this since everyone's joined, is that guilds are a community and we work together and we build stuff, right? Okay. So the issues is that, you know, we recently had some people had a strong disagreement of what the community and working together, and decided that, hey, you know what? We all put these resources into my house, even though we worked as a group. They're mine now, and I'm going to do what to do because I want to be a leader, and I want to, you know, say what's what. Because I want the fancy things, right? And since these people left, the resources that we've been mining haven't been disappearing. Since these people have been removed, since these people have been banned, they've been gone. And we pretty much, I think, got out most of the toxic people of our guild, and I would like to keep it that way. And yet again, guilds are communities. We help each other. And Rowan, God bless his soul, he will just simply ask you if you can. Never any expectation. But I think that's a little wrong. If everyone is contributing but one person, does that one person deserve to be helping? Like, does that person deserve to get the gear and to go on the raids? And I would lean no. So, because a lot of people have been donating the guild, and we want to build everyone equipment and copters, tier 5, so we can go into the deep desert. We can do end game content together as a group, no one left out. And that includes the sister guild, not just the main branch, but the sister guild as well. So we can all have fun together. And that's kind of my goal. I built this guild because I don't like how other guilds are ran, where, hey, this is a job now. You paid $90 or $70 or 116 Canadian to work 8 hours additionally, and you got to follow my command or it's the highway. Also, Die Maggot, how dare you question leadership at all? Oh, you have a suggestion, shove that up your... That's how a lot of guilds are ran, and I don't like that. I don't like the toxicity of those guilds. And I've been in a lot of them, and they don't care about their members a lot. I think I do, and sometimes, you know, like everyone else, some of our officers, or myself, you know, get a little emotional, especially if you just rob the guild. And I think that's okay. Not the robbing of the guild, but, you know, sometimes, you know, we get as emotional, but we need to work at that as a group. These are kind of the things I'm expecting, that, you know, if you have a problem with somebody, you know, we can work it out. Or, you know, we just separate you two. Because everybody in the community does matter and should have, you know, a place to be able to fit in. And I'm going a long rant on this because that, you know, because of the members that we had to ban, we had to kick out, that saw all of the community's work as theirs, everything that we did as non-meaningful. And I hope that everyone that views this, that sees this, and that it is in the guild, us, Blades Not Fallen, for the one or two people that in here that are are thinking about joining, that's not your mentality of just, this is mine. You're my slaves. Because that's not how I want to run this guild. That's not the type of people I want to play with. I just want to have fun, and I want to enjoy playing with you guys. Now that I got that rant out of the way, so to prevent...
Feel better, Mar?
Huh?
Feel better?
A little. I want to make sure that we're on the same page. We have similar expectations of what we want from the guild.
Basically, don't steal. If you got a request or anything, let us know, and try to donate every now and then to the guild if you can. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Anyone else? Any questions on that? Okay. So I have come up with a method on reducing the harm to the guild from theft, because no matter what we're going to do, there's going to be incidents from new members, because as a guild with only 32 member slots, which is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous, with only 32 member slots, and that, people are going to hit end game, and they're going to need to be, recycled for people that actually want to play. And I'll explain this language a little better in a moment. But, we're going to want, active people that are going to log in more than once a year. Sorry. I just had a brain fart. So we're going to want people to, to be fairly active. Now, not like every day. We are not the guild that's going to reach top marks every day for the next year. Or 10 years or whatever. I mean, we can try. Maybe we can go for 5th. But right now, we are at least a weeks away from properly being equipped to the deep desert. Like, if we all work hard, we are 1 week away.
And I would like to say this. I have been part of progressive groups before. I do not believe that this is a progressive group that pushes the boundaries in order to achieve higher end results. This is more, to me, a laid back kind of guild. Yes, we do some end game stuff, but it's mostly we try to do it as a group.
Yes.
And work everyone
Can I
up.
say something?
Yes.
I think we all sound like we're of a little bit more of a mature age here, and with having sibling guilds as well associated, it almost becomes more of a club than a guild, because you have multiple leaders and multiple people to go to, and you're all kind of working together as a community versus like one goal. Like, I think we've all seen games like Rust, and we all know the weekend warriors like Rust who come on and expect the base builders to just give them all the gear to play Friday, Saturday, Sunday night.
Mm-hmm.
That's my piece.
Yeah.
It's not how that. That doesn't happen with a club. We're just here to chill out and be cool to each other.
Yes.
And that's one of the major things with me is I would like for everyone to give everyone a fair respect and not disrespect them. As giving criticism is one thing, absolute dog shit disrespect is not acceptable in my eyes.
Let's say that for our enemies, and even then, they're people too.
Yeah.
I remember where I was going before the massive brain fart. I'm sorry, guys. I love your faces. So yes. How we're gonna run like guild like resources, how we're gonna process that and prevent theft. Everyone's gonna donate what they can. The more you donate, awesome. Thank you. Please try to donate something. I'm not saying work 24/7 or even, 7, just a little bit of your free time, a little bit of your free resources to help get the guild, everyone equipped. That would be great. I've been playing and donating and running Illumina rums almost every day, except for the last couple of days, since the game launched in early access. I mean, when, you know, we broke Illumina on the second or third day. So, like, I get people don't have my time, and I understand that. I understand people work. But, anyways, so people are going to bring in, you know, their resources either through their buggy or their copter, right? They're going to come into the main base, drop-off zone. There's a bunch of, I think these are medium-sized crates or storage crates. Medium ones are the duranium ones. Those, you're going to drop off your stuff there. You're going to drop off your water or whatever, right? So a lot of ore, a lot of things. And from there, that zone, everyone's going to generally have access in the guild. So the processing is going to be done through associates. Yes, we learned that some associates are not worth their place and they can steal, but it minimizes the potential risk. We're going to have to deal with that, and there's some plans I have for dealing and preventing that. But I'll say that after I'm done with this general tree branch of monarchy that we're going to have to do to make us safer from those threats. Yet again, threats that are always going to be there because some people suck.
Can I say one thing?
Yes.
I think that one thing we could do, like if we're not, like since you can log into other nodes, you can bring resources with you to processes too, correct?
Yes, that is true.
So we could set up a designated circuitry where it's just for processing specific resources for the guild.
Kinda, yes. And
We have made an attempt to do that, trying to filter out like iron and aluminum into two separate bases, and that has worked in the past. But when we did that, we were trying to build on a place that that was glitched. So part of the building was on wormland when on the other seeds they're warm. So we were basically trying to move out of that base and into the one we're in now.
I mean, as a suggestion, like we have a base set up.
Yeah, I have a base. Yeah, and I mean, I have a base set up solely for water, which is basically what I'm doing mostly, is keeping the filters ready.
Okay.
As more people get situated with their bases, you'll be able to split up the workload more and more.
Yes. But splitting up the workload, you got to make sure it's trusted members. Anyways, continue on. So the associates, officers that we find trustworthy, will be able to process officers and co-guild leaders, and guild leader of the leader of that particular branch. Or at least this is how we're doing it here on the main branch. I know Zarek, everyone he's inviting, he knows for a while now, where a lot of us in this branch are meeting each other for the first time. So there isn't as much trust. So associates, guild leaders, basically anyone with an officer rank or higher, can process. And so those processed and get locked behind. So only associates or higher can access them. Then guild leaders, or co-leaders, we will take those resources, we'll take some of it, and we'll put it in a way where we have enough in case something happens, whether it's a glitch, because there have been money glitches and resource glitches, or if somebody comes in and breaks in and steals things because they have an appropriate thing, which we're no longer doing or allowing ease of access type of situations. Then for resources, like, okay, so, you know, you've donated stuff. It's like, okay, now it's all locked in the base. I understand. That seems a little sus. But how we're going to deal with that is that you're going to put in a request, and we're going to fulfill those requests on a request-by-request basis. So let's say you need tools. And you've been donating and stuff. So yeah, we're going to get you as tools. But the associates are going to fulfill those orders, and then we'll reach out to you and be like, hey, here's that cutter, here's that weapon you needed. Here you go. You love your face, whatever, maybe that's just what I just say. But here you go, have fun. I think that might be the safest and fairest way to do it. And we do have as you know, a channel for donations and requests. So I would like to continue using that. I know it's a little excessive in the paper requirements, but one, it proves, hey, I've been donating, and two, it kind of weeds out the people that are just kind of mooching. However, I'm not going to make that a hard requirement. But it makes it easier for me to justify, doing all this work. If I'm going to be here, because I have been here since, yet again, the beginning of early access, and I've been putting in the hours to try to help and build and, do all this for you guys and with you guys and stuff, I would continue to like to use a system. And if you have an alternative system that you think might work better, even if it's not, I would love to hear it. Maybe we can even implement some of those ideas to speed up the process, because I don't like doing this either. Working on trust, I feel in this type of game leads to an easier chance of these type of situations that we've had happening. And I'm just trying to protect your time, because I know, some of my friends are playing this game. They're coming after, working 10, 12 hours, and they want to hop on for a few hours a couple times a week while they have time, while their kids are asleep. And they don't want to, deal with, my resources just got stolen again. And, these are my thoughts of where I'm coming from. And if I'm wrong, tell me. If you can be like, hey, these are bad ideas, here, I don't know why, but let's talk about that, okay? Because I'm not infallible. My experience comes from running more traditional MMOs. So these sandbox games, I might not know what I'm doing properly. I might not be coming up with the best ideas. I'm just trying to come up with something. And those are my thought processes for dealing with theft and dealing with the leeches that are just want to take advantage of us as, the bull that just keeps providing. For that, I don't know what else I can add. I think I mentioned everything. I know there was some questions and some comments in between, so I'm not 100% sure I said everything I meant to. So if there's any holes and you have questions about that, or just questions in general from here, please let me know. I'm starting now.
If you guys have any questions, you can unmute if you want to ask your questions.
Okay. Okay. You see? I told you these guys are amazing and beautiful people. They get me. I hope they get me. And then there's just not being polite. And, I guess being polite's good too. So,
being polite is always good.
Okay. So, yeah, we got robbed. Those racehorses are mostly gone. Some vehicles got destroyed. We were able to destroy some of their vehicles because they left them outside. A little petty, but whatever. Can't let them go completely unopposed. But we already made back. We're pretty much just before where we were to enter the deep desert, in a sense. I don't know what everyone's personal equipment is at. We haven't done a poll in a little while. I've just been focusing on getting us back into operational territory. I have some plans about that, how even before we were robbed, we were going to have problems processing, and we were having problems processing that ore. So I have some plans on how to improve the main guild base to be able to process everything we need to get everyone a copter, get everyone, basic equipment they do in a week from Tuesday. So this Tuesday that's coming up. So not this Tuesday, the end of this Tuesday, but the Tuesday after that, we would be fully prepared to thus fully tackle the deep desert with minimum losses. And the reason why I want to do this is even when we ran the deep desert, and when I mean we, what was his name, Yol, whatever, did it without
The rest of us.
the rest of us. I mean, there was still about 12 people that went, but we had or 32 active members at that time. Well, mostly active. So 12 people over 2 days. That first day we lost 4 copters. That second day we lost 3. Because they weren't fully prepared, and they were doing it without proper planning. And there are guilds bigger than us when we were at our full. So in order to minimize losses, a little preparation goes a long way. It's a lot of preparation. It would be donating max for the full week. We need aluminum, we need jasmanium, we need advanced cervix, we need so much flower sound that you could drown 3 dragons. 3 of them. Hell, you might even be able to drown a worm. But I do have some general numbers written down somewhere. I just can't find them because the computer restarted last night and I might have to redo them. But it's still possible. I mean, I was, in my buggy, was able to get about 15,000 aluminum in about 30 minutes. For example. And if we all do like runs for, what's it called? Like Sentinel City to get industrial pumps, we could get most of the ones we needed in like an hour, maybe 2, of just running those type of things. I don't know. I guess if everyone is interested in running as a group, Deep Desert. I mean, I hope so. I mean, it is content. I know it is PvP, but the more of us collectively there are in a group, the less likely even other big groups might drive away. There is a chance that we would end up in combat, but that chance decreases the more of us there are, because no one wants to lose their fighters. The only people that are going to do that are the ones who are twice our size.
Yeah, twice our size, or even 3 times our size.
Twice or 3 times our size, or just, are going to quit and just want one last fight, or have, the resources to keep building those, because they've been doing it for a while. And that's a little less likely. From my understanding, we are not on a server with a lot of heavy streamers, like Shroud, that were already in the deep desert in the first week. From my understanding, most of the guilds are underneath us, and so most of the guilds are underneath us, and are smaller than us. So, yet again, group in numbers, and I want to get everyone at least prepared so we can do that safely. And yet again, for the person that's joined us, video I'm going to upload to my YouTube, so you can catch the last 29 minutes, if you're interested. So yeah, I want to equip everyone, but I'm going to need everyone's help to do that, if we want to do it in a week or less. And we can. I'm doing the numbers. We will and can, if everyone makes that decision, and I hope you guys do. I hope you guys stick around, and we can do that. Speaking of sticking around, I want to stay on the server. I think the fact that if we do decide to disband, if we decide to quit, which I don't think anyone here is doing, that just means that Firetooth won, and Firetooth is a bully. If you don't agree with his politics, he insults and yells at you. If you don't agree with his opinion, he starts crying and whining. He stole all our resources, and the last message he sent to me, as you saw in that guild announcement, and I'll bring it up on the screen for YouTube, is how pathetic have fun with no guild. I don't know. I don't think, letting him win is appropriate. Now, once we're done with the game and we all don't want to play anymore, okay, we can all leave. I'm not forcing. I will not force you to do anything you don't want to do. I don't have a gun, and even if I did, I'm not next to your head. I'm not going to put it against your head and be like, mine, mother.
And I know I'm gonna kick the hornet's nest a little bit here, but we have been in talks, me and Maru, about other games we want to expand to. If you guys have any suggestions, any comments, anything you want to try and say, you are more than open to talk to me or Maru about it. I know I'm kicking the hornet's nest a little bit here, but
well,
I just feel like that it needs to be said.
That's on the topic. So we are like right on the knife's edge of endgame content. And Dune is not going to have a proper update into Q4. But they have a road plan of 10 years. And off-world content, space warfare. I mean, they have a lot of content planned. But there's going to be times where we're going to be waiting and be like, hey, you know what? I've been mining for a week straight. Maybe, we do a game of, Call of Duty or something for the night, or, something. Or, hey, a lot of us used to play this game. And
let's play some Repo, or let's play some Valheim or Ark or Conan itself. Or
yeah, Valheim is going to be having an update, I think, this next
Valheim
month.
had the update.
Just had the update? Okay.
Just had the update.
Okay. And I host servers for this community. This community used to be a streamer creator network hub. We had about 50 people. Then COVID kind of hit, and some people died, and other things this and that, and it was kind of a mess. And we hosted a lot of ad hoc servers for Yuzu and Citra, which are emulators. And when Nintendo killed that off, so our server was dead for about 8 months. When we just repurposed that for this guild, because I was like, I want to play some games with some people. So that just kind of explains the guild. But because of that, I and Zarek himself, we have game servers that we like, Minecraft instance, Pal World, whatever. All these
Mask, Ark, Bellrite, freaking. Hang on.
I have a list here somewhere.
I can look in my library real quick.
I have a written list, but Avorion, Valheim, Myth of Empires, Kodak Odyssey, Israel, Space Engineers 1 and 2, Power World, Soul Mask, so on and so forth.
Enshrouded.
Enshrouded. But I think our point stands. So if we want to, take a break, we have those opportunities while we are waiting for game content. And I would like to play with you guys longer than, just this update in Doom.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
I think that's the majority of everything I wanted to talk to you guys about. I've already explained my position of how guilds are communities, and I'm kind of restating this for Toby, sorry, who just came in late, and about how, you know, I want to work together, and, you know, and how I feel about that, and, you know, wanting to play, and everything else we talked about with, you know, guild preparations, protections, so there is a couple of guilds that want to merge in with the main guild. They are semi-active, from my understanding. So that would put us up to back up to 2930, or roughly around, because we still have about 12 to 13 people that get on almost every day.
Is approaching.
But that would put us closer to 20. And I think I'm going to accept their offer. But I have to go through Rowan to get that information. I guess before we go, does everyone still want to stay on the server? Still want to game? I mean, I guess I should ask that. If you want to answer it.
I've invested too much time on this server to go anywhere else.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I've invested quite a bit of time myself into this game. I think that I'm going to stick around until endgame, or at least until we all get done with it. Why is my base? What's my base? Okay, it's just the same. Okay.
Can I say a piece?
Yes.
Sure.
No.
I think
Yes,
one of the beautiful things about this game is the fact that, let's say we run into, on our little node here, we have a little conflict, and if you're there's nothing happening on your server and you're bored, you can like pour over and we can play Song of the Valkyries as we storm in out of nowhere.
Okay.
I just think that's pretty cool.
Yes. It's also cool.
So even if there's not content happening in the main server, you can always check what's going on with the bigger community.
Yes. That's good.
That is a good idea. Another, and this is just me personally, none of this you have to basically do a lot for. We're not asking for very much. If you have like life issues going on, that's fine. We understand. Life has to come first. Family has to come first. Just kind of let us know if you guys need to step away or something.
What are you talking about?
Shoot us a text, whatever.
What are you talking about? I mean, if they get hit by a car, they have to come onto the guild the next second, you know? There's no breaks.
Shoot you.
No. Yeah, no, we understand.
We got heal
life
packs.
happens.
There's no excuse.
No, we understand life happens. If you can just inform us.
Where you live.
If you can just inform us and leave a note so we can remember and look over it in the leave absence tab, so we don't accidentally kick you, that's much appreciated. Just communication. That's in any relationship, guild members, family, whatever, right? Communication's super important. I understand a lot of you probably are like me. I'm not the best at communication, and really these type of big conversations where I have a bunch of people in chat listening to me is emotionally, I guess, hard for me, even though I have a lot of practice doing it, and I think I've come across pretty decently well today. They are still there's still some mental fortitudes where that's not my comfortable state, even if I am in this position. So I understand, if you can't always be in the guild chat, though I would love you to be here, because it shows everyone that people are here, and more importantly, it's easier to communicate. And like I said, communication is the important part of any relationship, or at least I've been told over and over again, and I think that is correct from my experience. But my experience is just myself. I could be wrong, but but let's find out together, I guess. Yeah. I didn't mean to start monologuing at you guys again, but
No, you're fine. I'm kind of the one that stirred that pot.
okay. Yet again, does anyone have any questions or even grievances about my management? Any things that I can do better to help you? So we can all enjoy this game together.
I think that'll do it.
I think I have a cricket noise here somewhere in my soundbar. No.
Ribbit. Ribbit.
There we go. Thank you.
I did that.
Yeah. Mine. I don't know. Mine wasn't going through my my mixer. But okay.
I have it on the Discord, the soundbar.
Well, thank you. For the assist. I guess. Why is people names so hard sometimes? I don't mean to just absolutely butcher it. Is it Amvanix? I know I invited you for the guild meeting to make sure that you were still interested in the guild. I'd have to put you on the spot, but if you're still interested in me, you can send me a message and I can send you a guild invite. I just wanted to make sure that you knew what kind of was going on before and what has happened before you joined, so you weren't just ambushed.
Yeah, I'm glad I joined.
Okay, so you do want still an invite?
Yeah, I'd like an invite.
Okay, I will send you one right now. And
Okay.
I'll send you a friend request.
Cool.
And then if you, again, Maru, if you guys get filled up there, you do have at least one sister guild, if not two, from my understanding.
Yes.
As we've kind of splintered off on different instances. We're
Well,
still on the same server, we're just on different instances. So if that makes it understand better for people as to why we say we can go back and forth.
Yes. That said, I'm on the wrong server. Let me give you proper roles. Okay. You got roles.
Rolls.
Yes.
Maru.
Bread roll.
Food.
I'm so sorry, I haven't eaten dinner yet. I had birthday cake, but I haven't had dinner. I've had two birthday cakes.
Oh, yeah, it's your birthday, ain't it?
So it's Recall's birthday, and then a mutual acquaintance from Church's birthday that I got dragged into because I couldn't say no.
Ew, Church.
Yes, well, they give free food, and a lot of them. I'm a starving artist. I went to school for sound engineering, which is basically FX, voiceovers, that type of stuff for like films and movies and stuff. And churches have money, and I'm a hoe. So
Teasing. I'd rather go eat at a Sikh temple, but that's just me.
wow, I'm just an artist, and I will take the money.
Not everybody lives in Surrey.
But yeah, so I don't think there's too much more to talk about. You can continue to hang out in here if you like. Pretty much everything we needed to discuss is over. Thank you everyone. I love your guys' faces. And I hope to continue to see you here tomorrow or even this night. I mean, and yeah, and in a couple of weeks when we get to endgame, I'll start asking you guys, about stuff you maybe kind of interested in doing with the group. We have a lot of options. No pressure though. But yeah. Oh, I am going to be taking tomorrow off as the first day since this game launched, because I got into the beta for Chrono Odyssey, and I would like to play it a little bit.
Nice.
Are
I
you
did
able
as
to
well. I don't know what to think of it so far yet, though.
Chrono Odyssey?
Yes.
What, is that part of?
That's
They made a new one.
so it's the
Is
MMO variation of Remnants of the Ashes, if my understanding is correct. It's based in that same
Cool.
universe.
I just requested access to the game. I didn't even know this was in early access already.
Yeah, it's I sent in my request a couple days ago. And I just haven't gotten a chance to it because I just wanted to make sure this meeting went well and that the guild was able to recover.
Yeah, totally understandable.
But yeah, no.
I think it's a closed beta weekend for it, though.
Yeah, well, I'll get a day to figure out what I think of it, and I'll watch some videos or something.
Right?
And I mean, if it doesn't work out and we get to endgame and we're not want to play anymore, we have some other MMOs we can try.
Oh yeah, yeah. No,
I've already found the end game for this game. I'm having fun with it.
okay, awesome. Well, be careful out there.
I don't have to be careful. I don't have to leave the base.
Have fun.
Is there a spot to see where all the guild bases are, or even other guild mates' bases are?
So you would have to add them as associate for you to see it, and right now, that would avoid our save process. But our guild base, there are images and info, and if you still can't find it, I will fly, or I'll drive my bike out and I'll grab you, and we can go to the guild base, and so you know exactly where it is. But it should be on the map for anyone in the guild. It's right next to Hellas Gate. If you, like, on the map, if you just go right, or left, sorry, you'll find it. And it's probably the only building on this instance that people are often mistaking as an NPC base.
Yeah. There's been a couple of times where we've got mistaken for the Helios Gate, which is the
Atreides base.
The Atreides base, yeah. I was trying to find the word.
Yeah, Darren and I's base is north from that, so.
Mine is currently set up in a small small canyon.
Yeah, ours is
You
in
want to
between
confuse
testing
people even
station
more?
17 and 142.
Put some holograms near windows on a desk and watch people try to fly into them. Oh man, I need those 10 points.
I'm going to end this video, by the way.
Okay.
Because it is 48 minutes long, so...